Day then. Saturday, Sunday. What? What? What's up, everyone? I am the High Priestess Phoenix, spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, child of God, the Lilith reincarnated, here on a Friday then. Saturday, Sunday. What? For anybody new, that's the little jingle jangle. What does that mean? Healing. No, it's healing time. Well, actually, what it means is hurting. You're gonna hurt before you heal. That's what that means. Right away? No, not right away. We're in it. And that's what I was kind of trying to figure this out. It's took me over an hour to ground my energy into my body. I was in 3 different fucking dimensions, being pulled apart. We have the spring equinox has popped off, right? We're in the middle of a celebration of a new season called the spring equinox. Check. Okay, there's that. And then our 10-day just rolled over today. So we have our Egyptian, our Krishna, and our... Somebody's posting. And our Odin energy flipped. Okay, so that's 4 major energy fields that have flipped. There's 3 energy fields that we work through that work on the same time schedule. That would be those. They're 10-day. And now we're into a new season. A Sabbath season, you know what I mean? But that's actually, it's not just the Sabbath season, it's an actual season. Though it's the spring equinox, right? You know, our seasons and pagan seasons only last a couple weeks, but the actual season of spring lasts for how long? How long? And that's really funny. They kind of, I don't know. It's stupid. It's stupid. I want to say the Americans, but, you know, it was done before America was even established and shit. But it's stupid how they cut up the time period. So now I have to come back and put all these pieces back together that everybody took apart and put, you know, put claim to. So anyways, I was stuck in between there and most of all in shadows. I did catch something last night that, again, the more I do this, the more I can catch the synchronicities, the more I can put it together. It's like you have to just keep doing it to get the data, to know what's really happening. Because there is an actual... There's an order in the chaos. There's a full order in the chaos, but we're in the chaos and we can't see the order. The order of the phoenix is what I heard. Okay, anyways. So I'm trying to catch it. Now, something else happened. I've told people before that during the awakening, there's certain ones where you'll hit so hard that you'll get, like, suicidal thoughts. In the sense of, I want to kill myself. Like, you start thinking about how to kill yourself. No, that you want to die. That you're like, done. I don't want to wake up tomorrow. I don't want to do this again tomorrow. Like, what? Yeah, side effects may include. Yes. Now, those ones, I'm trying to remember back in the beginning if I always felt like that. I don't think so. From to the best of my knowledge, they come in quarterlies, is what I say. It's like you get them a few times a year. And I haven't really established it, but I caught it last night. It had already built the night before. I can see it. So I'll want to shut down my page. It starts building up. It starts building up. It's like first I want to get away from everybody, and then I realize I can't get away from everybody. You know what I mean? It's like I said I was taking a break, meaning I wanted a break. You know what I mean? I wanted to pull away. And little by little, that's what happens. And then last night, after yesterday's video, my whole fucking chakra system lit up. I acted like I started a period all over again. I was like, this is some bullshit. What it was is, you know, side effects may include. As you're pulling out these pains, they hide in different parts of different areas of your body. You have invisible points of energy exchange that happen through your body called chakra systems throughout your spine. And so when you release it, you know, the spine is like a major pathway, a major flow, right? And they teach it really good in the Palladians, talking about it, how they're trying to get your claw channels open. It's not, you know, I got that book way later. And I don't like talking, you know, alien. But anyways, that's what it is you release this blockage, and now it flows up and down through your chakra system, which is all the way up, you know, from your spine, you know, it's going up into your spine, all the way up into your thoughts, all the way down into your root, which is your fucking reality. It's just, you know what I mean? You have a darkness flowing through you. Now, it's moved. You finally are aware of it, but now it's flowing through you, and that's the healing process, is you have to keep healing it. The more it comes to mind, the more you have to feel it and heal it. And, you know, obviously when you're dealing with pains and, you know, painful situations, it brings pain upon the body. The body sees pain, the body feels pain. You know, that's how people go into shock. They can't feel their own pain. Like, they don't know they just got bit by a shark because they're in shock. And that's because the body is, you know what I mean? When the mind focuses on it, then the mind will start telling you you're hurting. And that goes back to yesterday's video. Your mind tells you. You tell your mind, and then you're really in control. So, yeah, there's a lot going on this morning. Again, it just happened about 5 minutes ago. I was able to ground, but I was in a very angry state, meaning I didn't want to fucking... That's where it is when you do so much, you're like, I can't live. I can't do this again. I'll never survive. I can't do it. And it's just like, it's like a mentality. Your mind literally breaks. That's it. Your mind breaks, and it can't take anymore. It's like, I can't take anymore. I can't keep doing this. The mind is very weak. Your mind is very weak. It'll tell you that you can't do a lot of things. It'll limit your abilities a lot. Because it, you know, you got to program your mind to be strong like I do. And that's where we work through these limiting belief systems where it's I would never. If I say that, I know that's my next freaking, you know what I mean, my next thing to overcome. If there's anything you can do that would protect you from, you know, hard lessons, don't say no shit like that. Don't say no shit like that. I would never. That's an invitation to the universe to push you. Because now it's like, oh, she has a limit. Let's push this limit. I would never do that. I bet you would. I bet you I can make you. I bet you I can make you. And that's like, you know what I mean? It's a challenge to the universe to push your limitations. Because realistically, you're not supposed to be limited to anything. You're all powerful. You're supposed to be finding what your limits are and keep pushing them. You know what I mean? Keep pushing them back, because your limits is literally, it's not your physical limits. It's like, you know what I mean? What your endurance level. It's like, you know, if you keep training yourself to go to the edge, you'll never be afraid of the edge. You know, but if you keep telling yourself, I'm at the edge and I can't go any further, then realistically you can't, you know what I mean? You're limiting your evolution. Oh, God. Okay, this is a serious challenge for me. I have to take on this challenge, and I'm not saying I'm going to be good at this. This is very difficult. But last night I had posted, it's like, if you don't have nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing. Is where a challenge I'm trying to take on right now. And then if you listen to my other video, I said, it's like, what if we just stop standing up to people? That's challenging. I'm programmed to stand up to you. I'm programmed to say some mean shit. That's just, not even programmed. I do it. That's me. I stand up to people. And I say mean things. I own that, bro. That's who I am. And they're telling me to be better about that. That's who I am, but I can control who I am. That's it. I control when I stand up to people and what things come out of my mouth is what they're trying to point out. And I'm like, I like doing what I do. Granted, it's great, but they were trying to expose, let's try something new. And that's very difficult. So I saw Russ. Haven't seen Russ for a long time. Russ comes out talking about shit. Talking about his new album and shit. And it's always, you know what I mean? That in itself is a trigger. Because that's all he's ever talking about. I don't care. You can look through any of his shit. For 3 years, that's all I've seen him talk about is some fucking music. I got new music coming out. New music. It's all about the music, right? It's all about the music. It's all about the music. The music. The music. The music. It's all he ever talks about is music. And whose? His own. Okay, I get it. You have to sell yourself. That's cool. This is what you do. But again, it's just an irritating thing to me because it's the same as Russ. I've never seen him talk about anything else but music. His own music. The reasoning behind it. There is another thing he said too that I'm going to rape from him. He said I'm going to stop explaining myself. Clearly you're not. But again, it's going to be difficult. And that's it too. It's like I don't have to explain where I'm coming from. I don't have to make it understandable for you. Right? Is what I got out of it. Him, that's something totally different. But that's it. It's like I don't always you can't make sense of everything. I don't have to keep trying to get it to you to where you can make sense of this shit. When he said it, it was so simplistic. It's like I'm not going to explain. I don't want to explain myself so much to anybody anymore. Like, why do I have to tell you what I'm doing? And I felt that on a soul level. It's because I'm always, you know, the person that I met the other day watched one of my videos, and I was like, I'm not what I look like. I just hide here as a human. You know what I mean? But those videos explains what I am. I explain to you all the time what the fuck I am. But the explaining doesn't mean anything. You still don't see it or respect it. So I'm like, I'm not, and that's Russ. It's like, we need to work on this. I can see this as an identifiable problem in both of us. And if you really want to go back, look at Marshall. He's always trying to tell somebody, and fucking, and fucking Kanye, always trying to tell somebody who they are and what they're doing and where they're coming from and shit. Who cares? Why you gotta explain yourself? I felt it on a soul level. I felt like, yeah, that's a collective thing that we all need to work on. We don't need to keep explaining ourselves and make ourselves understood to people. What's understood doesn't need to be explained. You know what I mean? There's people that I don't need to tell them what's under here. They can sense it when I walk up. I felt your energy. I felt your vibes. Good enough. Good enough. I'm not going to tell you what you felt and why it's so strong and why we're talking, and I don't need to tell you nothing. I'll let you figure this out in your own big fat head. Or you can just watch my channel. So I felt that, but anyways, there was that. And then he's like, check out my new song. Hey, somebody else raped it off your TikTok and put it on fucking YouTube immediately. Russ fan shit. So even though I didn't go to your TikTok, it ended up on YouTube in front of my face anyways. And I wasn't impressed. It's the same monotone fucking, vibration that you have. And you're speaking of the same things. Your mom's lack of and how you bought her. Shit. Every song, Russell. I'm not saying anything mean. I want you to be aware of your patterns. If a person doesn't like hearing about your mother and you do it in every song, do you think a person really likes you? You do it in every song, my dear. The last one, you said you bought her some car in a specific color. And that's all you said in this. You went on and on about car purchases again. This is supposed to be a new you, but it's the same you doing the same shit, bro. How could you have taken a journey and come out still talking about the same old shit? I am not going to be mean to you. This is going to be difficult to me. But you really got to, are you aware of what you're doing? And how low vibrational, how you're holding on to this story in every song. No offense. Choose your words. You disgrace your mother and her ability of being an adult in every one of your songs, saying how helpless and powerless and weak and materialistic she is. In every song, you're crying about how she couldn't make it and she needed you. And how you provided. You're telling everybody about a very disturbed relationship with your mom on a regular basis, a very codependent power, struggle relationship that you have, a very unhealthy, reversed rolled relationship you have with your mother. Russell, I had just said that you were getting better about your mother, and that's it. Is like your actions and your words don't align, bro. As great as it was to see you, I don't want to see you the same you, bro. I want to see you doing better. This is not better. You haven't got any better if you start your whole album about mommy again. What song do you not talk about her, Russ? If you're not talking about your mom's struggles, you're talking about some other woman's struggles. Do you believe us to be so weak? And yourself so powerful? I want to point out these are only women in your life. You've seen me for 3 years. I'm not like that. And the women that I tell you through this story are not like that either. We're not these women that you speak of, but the women you speak of are the women that flock to you in that music, my love. You're around weak people. You call them in with your own songs. I was very bothered by it, bro. Break it down is what they said. It's like I put some kind of blame on myself that I can't figure out a way to help you. I've been trying to help you for so long. And everything I do, everything, if I scream it at you, if I love it at you, if I break it down using someone else, no matter how I show it to you, you can't see you. And yes, we all love you, but you could be a better version of you if you didn't have these things, these characteristical, attachments, bro. They're very faulty attachments to certain people, places, and things. And I've been working very hard with you, Russell, for a very long time to help you break free of it and to see you come back on a, you know what I mean? Russell. If you start like that, then you did. It's too late. You can't take it back. And even if you only did it in one song, you're still doing it. Most rappers make their career about something. Your whole career, Russell, is about taking care of your fucking family, bro. That's your whole clout. I bought them houses. I bought them cars. I made sure that they don't cry. They wear the nicest things. Like, that's all you talk about. That's your only power. But in essence, you're talking about controlling a bunch of people that have no power. Meaning you're making them powerless to make yourself powerful. You have none. And it's like, if you don't, and that's what I mean, is like, if you don't control these people in the narrative about how powerful you are in their lives, then apparently you believe that you don't have any power, or what's the deal here, bro? I'm not coming from my ego. Last night, something hit me real hard. It was just a simplistic question. Why are you holding a space in your heart for them? What do you want? What does your imagination want from these men? What do you want from them? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, can I see myself in a relationship with Bobby? Do I really want that? Is that what I ever wanted? Why am I holding on to him? What part of my heart is holding on to these guys? Am I still holding a place of hope that this is going to happen and you're going to be part of my life? Russ, yes. Maybe not in that role. I don't know why I ever kind of put you, maybe I just can't see you in that role anymore. But I still hold a place in my heart very deep for a role, a place for you. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to step up one time and we're going to figure this out and be friends and we're going to change the world. Going back to each of them, it's like, what about Marshall? What do you want from them? Did you really want to marry them? Do you really want this from any of them? What do you want from them? That's the basic question, is why are you holding a space in your heart for these people in the future? What do you want from them in the future that you still hold them in your present? And that's what I said, is most of them I'm not. I'm holding the pain of the past. And that might be why I don't see them as a future and don't want anything from them. I'm not quite sure, but I sat with that last night. Do you really want them in your future? And if so, in what place? Come to truth with it. You know what I mean? What are we holding on to and why? Why is, and that's pretty much it. Is like, I'm asking myself, why does he keep coming up? Why does this, this love for Bobby keep coming up? And I got a lot of it out last night, which was cool, because ultimately that's just how people feel. It's like, but going forward, I laid there after that was out and I asked myself these simplistic questions. And a lot of them is like, going back to the 12, it's like, I just want them to fucking heal and catch this, dude. I want them to catch this. I want to see the change in their life. I want to see them bloom. I saw you got your race there, buddy. I saw that Lewis got pulled today. It's a fucking, you know what I mean? He wants you to celebrate that because he's worked fucking, it's been like years since he got that. You know what I mean? And he gets to live in the feeling of what it is. But ultimately, it's just a moment in time, bro. Because now he's chasing that. He was always chasing it. And he got it, but it didn't give him nothing. He won a race today. That's what that means. He won the sprint race. He got number 1 in the sprint race. But it's a sprint. That means he just starts in first place for the actual race tomorrow. So it lit him up. But all it did was start him all over again. Because even if he wins the race, right? He got pulled to start the sprint race, I think. I don't know. I just saw a post. If he wins the race and he gets first place, fine. He's still going to chase it the next week. Every race, he's chasing that. And even if he gets it, it doesn't matter. He has to get so many of them to feel like he's going to win. And ultimately, it takes like so many races. He won't know if he's going to win until the end of the season. Just because he was able to beat them, you know what I mean? And that's where this thing is. It's like, I can't be happy for you. I know you're in a happy moment because you're showing everyone that you still have it in you and you can do these things. But now all you got to do is continue to show them and keep showing them and keep showing them and keep showing yourself. And if, you guys, here's the great deal. Even if he won the championship this year, he wouldn't stop. He got a contract for 2 years. So he'd still have to chase it again next year. It's like, where are you supposed to go from here now? Now you have to try to stay at the top. You showed them you're at the top and you have to stay at the top. And that's Marshall's mentality. I have to hold my place. I got to keep holding this place. Russ is trying to get to that place, but he doesn't realize he already has a place. And he doesn't have to keep working so hard at it. He's trying to get a place above someone else, but there's no place above yourself, bro. Like, it's a false competition. Even if Lewis wins all these races, bro, he's trying to be better than himself, not better than Max. So he's fighting himself, bro. Marshall's trying to be better than himself. He doesn't believe anyone's better than him. He's just trying to be better than himself. You're fighting yourself instead of just loving yourself and realizing that you're a great version of yourself. Now, go back to Russ. Russ, are you happy like this, bro? Like, you really are fully content with the way things are? Your album is going to tell on you, because that's what it is. You're to tell all. But what are you about to tell us about yourself? And are you going to just keep telling us, going back to, I don't need to explain? That's what you're doing in this album. You're explaining yourself to your fans. What part of your life are you about to explain to us now, which is not true to who you really are? Your main focus is your ability to provide for your mother. You talk more about her in all of your songs, bro. Your whole life is about fucking being a good provider to that woman. Do you not realize something's wrong? That there's some serious psychological reprogramming that needs to be done, that you were never meant to take care of that woman. This was never your job. And you've made it a lifestyle and a music career. You've made a whole fucking lifestyle after taking care of a woman that was supposed to take care of you. It was very disturbing. But it was also synchronistic, because what did I say? I shared it all yesterday. Was it yesterday, my love, that I exposed your mom? Day before, over there getting your sister drunk, dude. She just shared a whole video about how she was, you know what I mean? She's part of a workout crew and she feels good. And then here comes mom to, you know, pour some alcohol in her in the middle of the day at a park. That's not healthy, bro. It's a habit, but that's not healthy when she's trying to be healthy. Your sister's chunky because she has shadows, not because she eats funky food and she's, you know, a fat ass. There's shadows, bro. That's what's happening. That's what's happening to Wolfman. Why he's getting all chunky. That dude. Have you guys seen how fucking chunky Browen's getting? Holy shit, she's exploding out of her turtlenecks. Like, 'cause she's all fat necked, fat face. People say they're happy and healthy. That's not what that is, bro. And me being the most unhealthy bitch that sits around drinking coffee, eating, smoking cigarettes, and I post what I eat. 1 meal a day, and it's not usually healthy. A processed meal and some sweets. You know what I mean? Like, I'm healthy inside. So it doesn't attach to, the shit that I put inside of there. You know what I mean? I'm constantly burning energy, inside. So it's burning the food and stuff like that. I don't have to be physically active like that to burn off calories, But going back to it, it's like, Jesus. That's the last thing I said to him. I was like, when does it end? Not by her. You've created a lifestyle for your family that gives you all power, but you look very powerless in it, my friend. And I know that nobody's ever, they would never be like, most people, like the rest of us, I was blind to it in the beginning too. But after 3 years, and I ain't even been a fan of yours for all these years. I don't know, Gumby. I don't know, babe. I just was like, it was damaging to see. It's like, as much as I want to hope, bro, I don't want you to be a loser. I really hope that you win. And not like Lewis. I don't hope for Lewis to win a race. He's won races his whole life. That's not what Lewis needs in his life. He needs to lose. That's really the truth. And it's like, you want them to lose? No, I want them to learn the lesson. And the lesson isn't in winning. You learn a good lesson losing. Kobe's standing here. You learn more about yourself. That's what he's saying. You learn more about yourself losing than winning. Because when you're winning, you think you've got it all figured out. When you're losing, you learn that there's more to learn. That's what he said. I love you, Kobe. No offense, Kobe. Oh, it's Friday. It's like, I'd rather hang out with Pac, Kobe. I hung out with Pac last night. I posted him in my stories. That's what, he was talking about, pushing those limits. Somebody told us we couldn't do it because they did it and it didn't work out and they got busted. Bro, watch this. Watch this. That's what it is. It's like, I'm going to, he said it best. Go check out my shorts. It's like, you keep doing what you're doing and you're going to keep getting what you got. And that's all I said yesterday. It's like, why don't you go back? Because it didn't work. You're like, yeah, it worked. I maintained it like you do, but I wasn't happy. What's the point of doing something that doesn't make you happy? Doesn't bring happiness to your lifestyle? Why are you spending all of your life doing stuff that doesn't bring happiness to your lifestyle? So naturally, I'm in an exploration to see what can I do that still maintains my happiness and peace in my lifestyle. And that's the exploration. You got to start from scratch. And that's, going back to Russ's music. There's nothing new. It's just another year, another hymn, another album. If you go back through all of Marshall's albums, is there any real difference to any of his albums? It's Marshall. Okay, it's not Marshall in any of those albums. It's Eminem. Eminem's music is identifiable. It sounds the same across the board. You're like, that's Eminem. That's Eminem. You can hear it. You never heard a song before and you know the singer because you can hear, you know what I mean? It's like, that's Justin Bieber. I can hear Justin Bieber's bitch ass anywhere. In the sense of, you haven't changed your frequency. Nothing's changed. You're still you. When you change, your music changes. Mike Stead can show you that. And that's it. It's like, yeah, I don't listen to his music at all. He's a whole different vibration. Like, you have to, literally be in I don't know. Can't understand the words that are coming out of his fucking mouth. But that doesn't mean that there's not a bunch of people and they find him as a positive vibe in their life. They catch positive vibes off of him. He's doing better than the rest of you. In that sense, he's creating positive vibes. You know, that's the whole deal. You know, all the people are like, you know, that he like literally has kids that go to his show. There's kids. He curses and drinks beer, but he sends out a positive vibe that it's good enough for the kid. You know, like there's a lot of these little shorts that he shares where kids are like dancing to his music. You know, the parents share it and tag him and shit. That's better than what I can say about your shit that we're just gonna play. Like, Russ, I don't know the song. I heard just a bit of it, but I'm supposed to put that on in the house while I'm cleaning the house with my kids. That's going to come up on the radio while we're driving, you know, while we're driving through traffic. No, it's not. One of the reasons is because it's too personalized. It only resonates with you. You make your music all about you and your experience, and only people that experience such things or feel such ways are going to resonate with you, which leaves out the rest of us that don't see things the way that you see things. There's a ton of people that will not listen to Eminem's music because he's negative. You know what I mean? Why don't people want to hear Kanye? Because he's a bigot. He's a racist. He's all of these things. Only people that hate people like him are going to listen to that shit, bro. And that's also the thing, like when he tried to make gospel music, only people that were in that vibe like him that wanted to praise God are going to praise God. You can't make everyone praise God. And you can't make everyone hate people. And you can't make everyone like you, because not everyone is like you. We're all in different energies, bro. And that's the beauty about music, is we can find our someone that resonates with us and the feelings that we have. But most of you stay in the same hard feelings. So you have the same ticket sales. You got the same fucking people in every state that show up to your fucking, they all look alike. There's a whole bunch of lookalikes, a bunch of stands in the stands. They stand with you. They're just like you. And what's funny is you make this music about the parts you don't like, and then you invite in 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people that reflect everything you don't like about yourself. Madness. Absolute madness. That's why I don't go outside during this time, because my energetic field is always pulling in things like me. It's pulling in, you know, me, so I can experience more me inside and out. And it's like, I'm not going, you know, and when I'm in my shadows, I don't fuck around. I stay away from everyone because it brings out their shadows, and now I've got yours on top of mine. It's made to push mine out. I'm like, nope, and no. Same thing though. It's like if I go out and I'm in my sexy vibe, I'm like, oh fuck, they're gonna be all horny around me. Like, just feeling sexy. If I'm feeling sexy, everyone's gonna feel that I'm sexy, bro, and it's gonna cause something. If I'm angry, then they're gonna push me in my fight mode. If I'm happy, you know what I mean? That's just kind of it. It's like you have to set your own vibrations. And sometimes if your vibration ain't good, you just keep it to your motherfucking self. Because the last thing you want is a bunch of other people in your shitty ass vibration all up in your face. And that's, you know, that's a lot of it, is understanding your Merkaba, your own energetic field, your own aura, your own, what you're pulling into your own experience here. But going back to it, is Russ is just in perpetual. They all are perpetual time loops. And it's okay. Most people are, but it's like after 3 years, you ain't gotten not one of these healings. You ain't had an ego death yet. You're not ready to let go of not one thing. One thing can make a huge difference in your fucking craft. And that's what we go back to, is you're always creating. You want to create from a place of unconditional love, not hurt. And that's what he's doing. He's creating, you know, his songs are always breaking someone down to build himself up. It's like the fucking recipe for rap. It's a rap, bro. It's a rap. I'm not being mean. Did I say anything mean this whole time? I think I did good. But I could get mean, and I might say mean things, and if I do, I'm going to try to pull them back when I'm aware of them. But just know that I can do it. But it's this is only one victory. You know what I mean? There's only one. Doing this is doing it every time. Being aware every time, trying to change my behaviors every time. You know what I mean? When you become aware of something, there's a challenge ahead of you and you're being asked to do something, not just once, make it a lifestyle. Make this change. Now, I want to go back to, real quick. I've been here a week. I moved in last Friday. On that Friday, I was asked, before that Friday, it happened throughout the week. The Holy Spirit told me to give up my freaking, before I moved in here, the Holy Spirit told me to give up my dream of, give up my current direction that I was going to the campground, and also distance myself from Ray. I accepted it right away. It happened on a Monday in our channel. I was like, ugh. I didn't really. I kind of bitched about it. But they gave me a new reality and told me to walk this way. And though it was out of nowhere and I could see their reasoning, I had to do it. It doesn't matter. They showed me, you're not going to do this, and you're going to stop talking to this person. So little by little, I accepted it throughout the week. Now come Friday, since I've accepted I'm not going that way, now I've opened up the door to go into something new. I let that go, and they opened up a door to something new and exciting. So I moved into here on Friday. All right. On Saturday, I called Ray. Now, this is from the past life. I've already, on Friday, moved into a new life, and I tried to reach out to my old life. And they showed me immediately, no. And it was only because my new life showed me that my old life was no good. Meaning, there was no Venezuelans, there was no nothing when I was around him. But when I stepped into my new life and said that my new life was, surrounded by Venezuelans, I saw his negativity. Now, you look at it, and that's how this works. Every week, they're showing you what you need to let go of throughout the week. Come Friday and Saturday, that's it. I'm going to show you the reason, and you're going to do this. Okay? It's a buildup. And I want to show you that, that's just last week. I don't know what happened the week before that, but you'll see it every fucking week. They are building me up to look at a part of my life that is no longer serving me. They show me how it served me to get here, but how it's holding me back and how I have to let this go. Okay? And that's how you do this, little by little, every week. Now, you don't get to be like me without making these decisions bright and early, 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes with Kobe. This morning was not that thing, but it's like, it starts building up. You start becoming aware that you need to do something. You're not sure what it is, but then here comes a Friday, and they're going to show you, you need to get rid of this person, this thought, belief, this feeling now. It's holding you back. The guys have watched me do this for 3 years. And I keep expecting that they're going to catch on to that. And when I look at Russ, I get really upset. Why can't you get this, Russ? I spend more time with you than anyone. You spend all your time with me. Why can't you get this, Russ? Why can't they get it? Because they don't want to. They don't want to give up anything. It's hard. But that's, you know what I mean? The surrender and the sacrifice is the only way you're going to make these changes, guys. Every week I got to surrender something, sacrifice something at that altar that's no longer serving. I got to give this up. It's only going to make me better if I just give this up. It's holding me back. You know what I mean? So we're going to get into that. I have all the cards already pulled out. I put it together last night, but then I realized it's the freaking 10-day. So I'm going to show you our 10-day forecast, what energy we're going into, what spring equinox really brings around us. I'll pull out the Sabbath. We're going to do 2 different teachings. We'll do a light teaching of what to expect. And then later we're going to go, I don't know how much later, because it's there. It's on the surface. We don't wait. The longer we wait, the quicker it comes up on us. It's better to be prepared to know what's underneath us, what's being called of us. You have the urge, you just don't know where to put it. It's like, I know I got to do this weekend. I know I got to get rid of some shit. And you make it a program. It's Friday, then you prepare yourself for hard works over the weekends. Give yourself an understanding that every week I've got to change, bro. I got to make a change. And you make that, you know what I mean? You make that the new pattern in your life. And then you start making these changes. It happens. Sometimes, you know what I mean? You're changing throughout the week. That's it. It's your ever changing, because you're changing parts of you that you used to be, the way you used to think, the people you used to talk to, shit like that. You know, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it was just, you know, one by one. It's like, you got to let go of this. Going back to, I talked to Mr. Plum. He's like, are you still driving the car? Oh, shit, Mr. Plum, that was weeks ago. I had to turn that in. And that's what God said. He said, give up the car. Remember? That was weeks ago. And I was fighting it, and I finally did. And as soon as I did, I was being flooded with money and flooded with, you know, opportunity. It's like, you think, it's like, was it holding on to this really what was holding me back? Sort of. And you see what happens the second you let go, dude. Doors open. And so, you know, there's so much to look. It's not like I'm looking for Russ to dump his girlfriend and then I'll know everything's good. That's way down the line, bro. That's way down the line. He's not ready for that. He's still very codependent. He still needs someone to hold his hand. And, you know, you're like, why is he still... Well, listen to the songs, bro. You can still see where he's at. You can see still see where he's coming from. Where he's... Oh, man. It's funny because I called this album the Panty Dropper. I was like, drop your panties. And I'm seeing this thing that I shared is so funny. It's like where Barbie is standing with a naked Ken and she's all, what the fuck, Ken? That's a vagina. What the fuck, Russ? I love you, man. You're not going to get a healthy relationship with your mom until you stop the current relationship you have with your mom, bro. And you're not going to even discover that until you get an actual serious, you know, psychologist that you come clean and say, look, I need to focus on my very unhealthy relationship with my mother. I need someone that specializes in, you know what I mean, mother wounds. You just have a very unhealthy relationship. It's like you cannot continue this relationship with her, with yourself, with her. You have an unhealthy relationship with your mother inside of yourself and maybe outside of yourselves. I'm not really quite sure. Like I said, you know, out of sight, you think she's out of mind, but no, that's not the truth. That's not what's going on here. It's very identifiable and you need some help. I can't relate, dude. I can't relate. You heard about my mother. My mother wouldn't, you know what I mean? No. We can't relate to what you're going through, but there are trained professionals that have studied stuff like this their whole fucking life. They understand why you think the way you do and why you're acting in such ways, and they can help you. And then you can have a healthy relationship with your mother with boundaries and understanding. But this is very unhealthy, bro. You are 33 years old, my love. Like, the opposite is having that 40-year-old kid that lives in the basement, but instead it's your 50-year-old mother that rides your coattail. These are very severe role reversals, but ultimately it's just unhealthy. It's just a programming, a relationship that you guys have built for each other that's an unhealthy relationship that hinders your ability to have relationships with other people and a good relationship with yourself. If you're always worrying about your mom, how could you worry? That's just not healthy. It should be the mother is always worried about the child. You've taken on these roles. It's very... You know, and there are probably people like you that, like, all they care about is their parents and, all, you know, you've made your parents your kids. I can't relate. I've tried so hard. And I'm exhausted in resources as to how to help you, in the sense of I'm asking you to go find someone better than me to help you. Someone that really gets you. Why do I care? Because I love you. And I know this isn't good for you. I don't know how to help you. But all I want to do is help you. But you got to want to help yourself, bro. You've got to understand this. You've got to be able to see that there's nothing wrong with you. It's that you've got relationship issues that hold you back. And most of us do. You know what I mean? I still do too, but mine aren't this similar to yours. I have very different relationships that hold me back from people. Marshall, you know what I mean? Logic, Royce, we all have, you know what I mean? difficulties relating with people. But as we work through this, we find a way to be more relatable, and people are more relatable to us. And it's like, you don't need to live like this all by yourself with your only friend is your mom. I want to be your friend, but I don't want to hang out with your mom, and I don't want to hear about all the great things you do for your mom and how she can't do for herself. This isn't a conversation I ever want to have with you, and I definitely don't want to hear it on your music. I want to hear about you. What you like, how you feel. You know what I mean? You. I don't want to hear about the people in your life and what you do for them and what they do for you. Anyway, so that bothered me, and I was in between realms, and I still am, and we're going to pull it all out. I feel better. I'm going to go take a shower, put on some new clothes and stuff. I'm going to wear that Buddha shirt. Did you guys see the Buddha shirt? I had to. I never buy shit, too. That's what I told my kids. I was like, I never buy no new shit like this. I do not do this shit. It's fucking $20 t-shirt. I don't buy shit like this. I was like, I'll go to the thrift store and get me a $2 shirt fucking tomorrow. But it was Buddha, and Buddha's all over. And I was like, yeah, I gotta have Buddha. It was better than the Jesus shirt that said, what the fuck, yo? I didn't say that. I was really being torn by my ascending masters. I had to go with Buddha and say, let that shit go. I liked it. Anyways, yeah, I did that. We did that. Today's the equinox, so I have to also run over to Red Rocks, do an offering. I've been needing it anyways. Yesterday I just wanted to sit outside forever. It's like, please don't make me go back inside. I don't want to go inside. So you might catch me over at Red Rocks doing an offering. I have some energy. Maybe I'll clean my car before I do that bullshit. But you'll see me being Paulo with the altar. You can't miss it. Look at all that shit in that car. Don't get near that car. I wonder if my car rattles at them and stuff. I wonder what it does. Like, it's home to me, but like, you know, I just wonder. Like, sometimes it makes noises and stuff. I'm like, ugh, there's something. Like in Oklahoma, there was totally an entity in my car. It would turn on this weird noise and go click, 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 click. It doesn't do that anymore. It just stopped. Like, it just stopped. Yeah. We left that thing in Oklahoma and it stopped there. So yeah, I'm gonna do that later. We'll do the 10-day, and then I'll go do my offerings and all of that stuff for the energy, because that's what it is too. Is I bring in the 10-day energy, so I'll need to know what we're bringing in and all that stuff. Go make an offering to the animals, do a sage burn, blah 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 blah, and then we'll dig into our shadows and have a cry. Like, that's what you do on a Friday night, dude. Pretty religiously. Like, damn, bitch. Pretty much. That's what I tell these men. It's like, bro, we can have a good life, but come Friday, we're going to have to sit down and cry. Like, this is the deal. Like, if you're not going to do this with me, then I don't want to be with you, because this is what I got to do for the rest of my life. At least I have it on a specific day. I might cry another day, but at least you know I'm going to cry that day. Hey. I love you, Russ. And just tell him that. I love you. I hope that, you know, no, I don't. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to fucking lie and tell you that I hope this brings you happiness. Because that's not true. That's not true. I hope you learn your lesson, dude. Doesn't mean I hope you have bad karma and shit, but that's like Lewis. It's not that I hope you lose, dude. I just hope you learn this, dude. Because winning's not going to mean anything until you learn this, bro. Every win you had before your life didn't mean anything until you started losing. And now they really mean a lot to you. But it's not about winning. And Kobe's on that ass, bro. I'd hate to see what he does with you and your thoughts. Just sits there and fucking breathing down your neck. Does he visit you guys like he does me? I know he does. I know they fuck with Marshall. I know for a fact. I sent them in the beginning, bro. I prayed for them to go and fuck with him. And not fuck with him, but like, go help him like you help me. Guide him like you guide me. Speak to him like you speak to me. Just because I didn't wish that on all of you doesn't mean that they're not there. And I hope you hear them like I do. In your quiet spaces where they're fucking with you. Fucking Wonder why I call you bitch. He did that to me for fucking 5 months, remember? He kept calling me a bitch while I was crying. Keep your head up, shorty. He was making fun of me and then trying to pick me up. That's Pac. He's a serious joke. He's serious, but it's all jokes. Like, how? I don't know. Spend enough time with him and laughing in your face and being serious about it, and you'll get the idea. And Michael Jackson, I tell you all the time to bring that love into your heart. Always. Just you want to change your vibration, put on a Michael Jackson song, bro. It's going to bring love into your energy. For sure. And Kobe's going to bring in fucking willpower. You know? But in the essence, you don't have to call on them. They live within you. Sometimes you can sense them outside of you when you need an outside pick-me-up. But they're inside. The whole universe is. Maybe you don't relate to them. Again, I never watched fucking Kobe game. And, you know, Pac was already dead. He was dead when I was a teenager. And as far as Michael Jackson, you know, didn't really know the guy in the flesh. But in the spirit, bro, there's no limitations to how close you can be with him in the spirit. If Jesus walked the earth, it'd be hard for us to get to him. We might be able to buy a plane or something, but we got to get through the crowds. And would he really know us? You know, going back to Kobe. I could have maybe bought a ticket to a fucking basketball game and maybe would have saw him in the flesh. But I would have never known him in the flesh. And that's the beautiful thing is, you know, Jesus not being trapped in the flesh, walking around somewhere in a dress. I can be with him whenever I want. I can have like yesterday, I asked him, did you feel it? I had to stop. I asked him, Jesus, did you feel what it felt like not to be loved? And he said, yes. He didn't say, he showed. He showed. But in essence, he was very loved. He was loved by the people that he came to heal. They loved him. They gave him God. Or he gave them God, so they loved him. He became their God. But everybody else, nah, they hated him. They did. And you know what I mean? That's why I asked him. I was like, did you feel what it felt like to be unloved? And you can do that with any of them. I mean, one day I was having a conversation with DMX. I saw this interview he did on The Breakfast Club, and he said he don't like Drake. So one day I was like plucking my eyebrows, mirror magic, of course, sitting outside. And I'm like, why you don't like Drake? And he sits down and has a whole conversation with me about it. I thought it was really cool because, you know what I mean? He took the time out to explain himself to me. But the real cool thing was all I had to do was ask. You know, sometimes you just got to ask them and feel it in your heart. You can feel in your heart what they're telling you. Hopefully you don't hear them. That'd be weird. I mean, you know, they're the ring ding dong lays in your head from what they said, but you know, if you don't really know the words that they spoke, then you just know, you know, you can feel it. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson doesn't talk in a Michael Jackson form to me. I don't hear, you know, that really squeaky voice or any of that shit. His voice cracking. Is your balls ever gonna drop? No, not in this lifetime. Michael Jackson never had a hard voice. That's like going back to hold on. I don't know if this is mean. Is this mean? It kind of sounds mean. Back to Mike Tyson. Somebody kicked him in his balls and those balls never drop back down, bro. It doesn't mean he doesn't have big balls, but he doesn't have a deep voice. Going back to DMX. Earl, take it easy, Earl. my Holy Spirits. All right, that's it. That's all that. God bless, amen. We're in between everything, and you know, don't be like him. Always on a Friday. I'm not trying to put you down. I'm trying to put you up, bro. You're putting yourself down. He hates me. The initiator. Don't fight me. Stop fighting yourself. Stop fighting God. This is not even my fight, bro. You're kicking and screaming at me, and I'm just trying to love you and help you. You hate me because I'm trying to make you better. You don't even know that you're sick. You're not sick. That makes you feel like something's wrong with you. Nothing's wrong with you, Russ. It's just the way that your life is. It could be better. That's all, dude. That's all. All right. Hey, I love you guys. Laters. Bye.